Live. It's Donnie Jones Live. Donnie Jones Live. It's Donnie Jones Live.
Hey, welcome to Donnie Jones Live. I am Donnie the Tree Lady, and you know what? A lot of times I'm hanging out with my guy, Marty McFly, but we have on this segment an amazing, inspirational, powerful entrepreneur by the name of Ardra Sinett. I've talked a little bit about her story in the past, but I'm gonna go over a little bit more. When I first heard of her, I heard of her as a powerhouse businesswoman that owned a bakery or like a restaurant, that owned a tax business, that owned real estate. And she's just doing her thing, right? And I'm like inspired by her. Every time I hear her story, I was talking about how she's doing bigger and better things. And we had a mutual friend that was like, y'all need to meet. Cause you know, you're so inspiring. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm inspiring, meaning what? She goes, yeah, you're inspiring to her. And I'm like, wait a minute, but she's inspiring to me. And one day we got a chance to meet. And you guys, when this woman told me her story, I was like, she has got to be on that show, because a lot of you see people at the mountaintop, but you never get a chance to see what they went through in the valley. So this woman now, not only is she still an entrepreneur, but she's been to the mountaintop, been through the valley, and is back on the mountaintop, rebuilding, rebranding, everything. She's got her own cooking show. She's got her own podcast. She's just doing all kinds of things. But I want her to tell her story because I think she can do it better than I can. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome Miss Ardra Sinett.
Dang! I didn't know it. Oh, yeah, the crowd goes wild.
And the crowd goes wild.
Thank you so much.
Okay. We're going to stick that in there, Marty. Okay,
the crowd
goes wild.
Listen, do you guys realize that it was 1 year ago today that you came to my house?
Was it? Are you serious?
It was today.
You can't even play.
What about the universe? Don't play with me.
Don't play.
1 year ago today,
get out of here.
You were at my space. In my space, doing the same thing.
And we've been trying to get. I've been trying to get
for a
her on the show.
whole year, and then we booked it, and then and just so happens it came on the exact same day, because all of my memories came up on Facebook, and I shared them this morning. The pictures that me and you took and everything. So so this is our anniversary,
but I ain't getting
honey.
This morning. No, But here's what's so beautiful about it.
Don't judge me, honey. We believe in the spirit, girl. Let's get relaxed. Because, see, I be wanting people to be... See, I come like this. I wake up.
She rolls like this.
No, what it is leftover from last night. We got to keep it crunk.
Yeah.
You know what? Where your substance, your wherewithal, your who you are comes when you're in the valley.
That's right.
Your strength, your girth, your what is up with you, boo.
Yes.
It comes when you're in the valley,
That's
not
right.
on the mountaintop. And one of the most amazing things, I remember hearing a sermon by T.D. Jakes years ago.
Yeah.
And he said, it's nothing wrong with the mountains and the valleys. You don't even know that a mountain exists without the valley. You don't appreciate your mountain if you haven't been to the valley.
Woo, you better talk.
But as you grow and as you evolve, the valley, see how it go? It keep getting lower and lower.
Yeah.
It keep getting lower and lower.
Yeah.
So that valley, that dip don't be so, you know how you can dip, dip, baby, dip, and then you keep
getting, make it good though.
Listen, it's like doing the rumble. You know, you just keep going up and up because you know you be like, I can't go back down that low.
Come on now, no,
and
you're not gonna go.
No, never.
What people don't understand, when you hit the valley, you know when you can feel it sometimes when it's coming, and you go, no, we changing course right now because I've been here before and I'm not going back. But for people that don't know, tell us your story. Or at least you can do the businesses you were in and how you got into them, and then hit a little valley and what you're doing to come back up.
Well, I mean,
tissue if you
we're gonna try not to do the tissue thing today, but if we do, it's cool. You know, I love my tears. I appreciate them because they taste good to me now. You know what I'm saying? Because you taste your tears. Well, I do. I be, just coming down. But listen, I am super excited. I'm really privileged. I am that I get to go through this next journey and evolution in life with my eyes open.
Yeah.
you know, hard work got me to where I was. And I did own a bakery, popcorn shop, one in Buckhead, one in Decatur. I owned several different tax offices. I had made multimillionaire status, and that means a lot of different things.
Let's
to
pause
a lot
right
of different
there.
people.
Let's pause right there.
Yes.
This woman had made multimillionaire status, meaning she was a multimillionaire, bringing in millions of dollars in her businesses that she created out of the atmosphere. Meaning she started with nothing, built something, and that's in and of itself as an accomplishment. And to come through what you've been through, I think is just a beautiful thing. But finish your story.
Thank you. No. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's go back even further. I always knew that I was going to be a millionaire. I always knew I was going to be a movie star. That was my mother. Said that I was the most dramatic creature that walked the face of the earth. She had a nickname for me. My cousins did all that. So me always saying who I wanted to be.
Yeah.
And okay, so this is what I want to say. When I went to college, my mother gave me Donald Trump's The Art of the Deal.
Get out of here! That was
I
one
used
of the
to be
first
a big fan. You know.
Can we pause right there? Because
Yes,
I think
we can.
people need to hear this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And some people may not like what I'm getting ready to say. When, as a young entrepreneur, one of my influences and one of the books that I read was Art of the Deal. People can say, he's wrong right now. He absolutely is. He's a nut job right now. He absolutely is. He is not to be trusted. Absolutely true. However, back then, the stuff that he put in Art of the Deal was powerful. The books that he wrote with Robert Kiyosaki, meaning Why We Want You Rich, that stuff is true, regardless of what anybody says about that dude.
But you know, he's living it now, though.
He's
still living it.
If
you follow his principles and the things that he talks about and preached, he's still living it.
Yeah.
He will not be denied. Yeah. He will not fight. He will not give up. There's a lot now.
Even if he's wrong,
yes.
he won't. Like you can. Okay, for even your criminal, no matter what, the principles are the same. Whether you're a criminal, whether you're a politician, whether you're a good politician, bad politician, the principles are the same. Now, you still gonna have to pay the piper on the other side if you do something wrong. But the bottom line is he used those principles to become successful. Yes, he did some shady stuff, but he used tenacity, hard work.
He used the rules.
The rules.
He didn't pay no taxes. These are rules.
Yeah.
He went by our rules. He found the loopholes. He
found
figured
the
it out.
loopholes.
Don't get mad at him. Don't hate the player. Hate the game.
Yeah, there you go.
So when I read The Art of the Deal, The Art of the Deal talked about everybody that was a millionaire was going. You had to lose a fortune. He talked about losing 2 or 3 fortunes. His father and him. And I remember reading that and I remember thinking, I'm gonna be a millionaire and I'm not gonna lose anything.
Yeah.
Then I started reading other books and autobiographies because you have to invest in you.
Yeah.
You have to build you.
Yes.
So if you are a hairdresser, you need to go to Barn Brothers.
Yeah.
You got to take classes.
Yep.
If you are an inspiring speaker, motivational speaker, you got to go to other people. You got to see.
Right.
You got to learn. Even as I didn't get to be the best baker that I could be until I started eating other people's stuff. I used to say, I don't eat other people's things. I don't go to other people. No.
Yeah.
You must.
Yes.
When I expanded my horizons, when I opened up and I said, feed me, learn me, grow me, universe, tell me, teach me, train me. I lost, now it's so funny. I'm so proud to say that, I did lose $1 million business.
Yeah.
I lost a whole empire I was building. I lost it to gain it because in my loss, I learned way more than I did. See, I got it the first time working hard. Now I'm working smart.
Exactly.
Now I know what to do. Now I know how to enjoy the journey.
Yes,
now I know how to respect and appreciate the journey.
Yes.
It's so different now. It's so wonderful.
Yeah. Well, for those of you that don't know, I went through that too. We talked about this. 2008, 9, and 10, I lost everything. I literally was at home at night hoping somebody didn't knock on my door and take my equipment. And sure enough, several times, and they always do it in the middle of the night. What? They do it literally. This dude showed up with a tow truck. And this was a time when I had a piece of property over in Lithonia. I had a big piece of property. And it was big enough to where I had my house there and I had my trucks in the back. Girl, they showed up at 2 o'clock in the morning with a tow truck, went straight down my driveway, hooked up to one of my big trucks, and took that mug. I was in my underwear, like, couldn't do nothing. Could not do nothing. Could not do nothing. And then they lied to me and said, well, just call this number and, you know, see if you all can work out a plan. They didn't want to hear nothing about the plan.
Yeah, but the baddest story that I heard about the baddest bee, honey, was one time they came to get something. You went out there and started talking to them. Next thing you know, they started unhooking everything.
Yeah, they did. Okay.
Yes, boo.
Yep,
that's the story I remember.
Okay,
I said, yes, that is my friend in my mind, honey. That is my girl.
That is true. And they tried to take that crane. It's paid for by now. Right now. It's paid. Clean. Boo. Over 100 G's paid for.
Right.
They came. They took that crane. I was like, you ain't taking that. I was like, you might take.
But you know what?
Not
every story
I
I heard about you is that you couldn't be denied. You know, and it's wonderful to know that it happened before. But we actually have two mutual friends because the female, we got a female one that works for you, and one day she said, because she used to always brag about you, and she used to always brag about you, and one day she finally said, you remind me so much of her. Thank you. Because she said she the most positive person I know, and Donnie won't be denied. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm being
Yes, we know each other. Exactly.
She the most positive person you know. She won't be denied, but that's cool. I will not be denied, baby. I don't care. What is for me is for me.
That's right.
And nobody or nothing can stand in between it, can take it away from me.
Right.
You have to decide.
Right.
The winning begins with you.
That's
when
right.
you stand up, when you believe in you, when you have confidence, when you love you some you, when you believe in your dreams, if you can dream it, you can manifest it, but you gotta believe it. The believing part is the hard part.
That is the hard part.
That's the part that we have to get to. That's the valley.
That's right.
Bump all this superficial stuff, all this stuff that can come and go that man then took away. What about the God within? When the God is within comes out,
that's right.
Then you cannot be denied. There's nothing. There's no mistake.
Girl, I want you to stay on that. I want you to stay on that. But before we go to break, I want you to tell people how they can get in contact with you, pretty girl.
Honey, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. YouTube comes first. Cooking Couture Atlanta.
Yes.
Cooking, COOKING, Couture, COUTURE, Atlanta.com. And that's on all platforms, IG, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat. We doing the damn thing.
Yes. You guys, we're going to take a quick break. As you can see, now you see why I wanted this lady on our show. She's an absolute beast, and I'm so excited about having her here. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to be right back with Ardra Sinett, and maybe she could talk a little bit more about Cooking Couture and how she came up with that name and what she's got going on with it. We'll be right back.
Danny Jones Live.